Hey everybody, how's it going? So, I'm blasting my own voice in my head, which is annoying. Okay, there we go. So, got that taken care of quickly. I feel like this is also blasting everybody else. There we go. Okay, that seems to be a little bit better. How's everyone doing today? My name is Joe, and today we are going to be working through my multi-tenant application that I've been working through in the past couple of days with you guys. I wanted to, so I started doing this yesterday, which is just kind of going through what and when I'm going to try to be working on different pieces of the code. So today I'm going to really be trying to finish out regeneration of activation tokens, login, logout, and password forget flow. So that's here, but I also started to drop this information into my app inside of GitHub. So just so that way, you know, maybe I'll figure out a way of like trying to post video information in here too somehow. Like I don't like maybe I'll put the link to the video or something. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out kind of when I get there. But just to know that it is there, and I'll try to update this as I move through it all. Oh, that was the other thing I had to put here. Let's add that other task real quick. Forgot password flow. Oh, and that's the correct order of things. So this is what I'm going to try to get through, well, activation token and some of this stuff today too. I don't think I'm going to get through. Yeah, this isn't all for today. This is just the tasks and the order that I'm going to be working on things in. So the activation token stuff first, login, logout, forgot password flow, and then stupid onboarding. So the way the onboarding is going to work, I think I even said this in the last video, I'm not like going crazy with onboarding, or I wasn't even going to do it. All I want to really have is just a page that's up there that you just click a button that says okay, and then you're done with onboarding. So eventually that can be more robust for the applications. Like if you're new to this and you don't know what the hell I'm even talking about, like Rebase is kind of like the overarching application that is going to be powering several other applications that I'm building. This is kind of all the generic stuff that all of these applications share and have in common. So that's why it's like I can build login, logout, I can build password flows, I can build this token stuff, I can build the payment, I can build basics of CRUD for the customer section and for the member section, but it's all really, really super generic stuff. Like I can't build out like the text editors of certain pages and things. Like one of the applications I'm building is going to have like this kind of crazy editor, like WYSIWYG editor thing that I'm working on. That can't be put into this because that's not generic enough. Not every app is going to have that. So this is all just the generic stuff, basically. So onboarding, every app is going to have some sort of way of doing onboarding. And really, at the end of the day, whatever onboarding looks like for all the apps, they all need to do the same thing, which is at the end, which is basically you get to the point where you're onboarding the person, and then you hold on. There we go. Switch over to the right view so I can see any chat stuff. Okay, so you get to the point where you onboard the person, and they're kind of like they go through whatever your process is. It doesn't really matter. And then at the end of the day, they click a button saying I'm done, and that'll then hide the onboarding, and then it marks in the database that they're like active and they can actually use this thing now. So it's like you have to go through onboarding in order to get to that point where you can actually view all the stuff. And if that's not something that people want, they can turn it off. I'll have a way of like just disabling that completely, like just saying onboarding false. But that won't be the default behavior. The default behavior will be go through onboarding of some sort. So, okay. And yeah, and like I said, so for now, the stupid simple onboarding is there'll be one page called onboarding, and then you click a button and you're done, and it activates you. And that's it. Okay, so onto the activation token. So I can get rid of the, well, let me save this stuff. Here, let me copy this thing out of here. Go back into this stuff. Just because I do want this information. I don't want to edit. Really? Oh god, never mind. Save the note. That's fine. Get that, and then this will be view component member CRUD roles. Okay. Edit note. Note. I just want to make sure that I have this stuff. Oh, and then super admin ability. Yeah, let's actually write that in here too. Nope. Add new. So again, this just to how I work this like little Trello board here. These are like my work in progress ideas, so these are not necessarily completely fleshed out. Then as I start to kind of finish out like where I'm going to go next, I'll put them in this ordered task column, and then whatever's in progress is in progress, and then done is obviously done. So that's just how I'll move through this. So you'll be able to, if you come to this board and you save it, you'll be able to see that it says like, okay, like you can see what the next video up is going to be about or the next thing. So if I have a video where I'm doing, now I don't need to save that. Like this one is all about this video activation process. And then if we get through all of these things today, which would be cool, then I'll move all those over into like the same, into the in progress or whatever. So I'll figure it out as I go along. It's not the end of the universe. Okay, so I can close this stuff out for now, I think. Yeah. And where the hell are we? So activation tokens. So, okay. Let me Homestead SSH. Jump into Homestead real quick. Oops. CD sites, projects, Rebase. DB, let's explode my database. And I won't even reseed it. Well, nah, I don't need to reseed it. Yes, I want to delete all my data. So I'm just killing all the data for the moment in time because I want to go through the whole process with just the same, like with all my stuff. All right, so that's been killed out, and then Horizon. So I'm going to just start up Horizon for me, so I have my my whatchamacallit's running, my events. All right, and I'm going to move this over here so we can see the events when they're ready to go. Where's Firefox again? Okay, and here's this. So I'm going to make it just short. Samflone 1, 2, 3. Check that out. Everything's going from a cold start now. I had this all. I had everything off. I had my home. I had Horizon off. I had Homestead off. So it might take a second extra because like Redis and everything has to like actually turn on. All right. So personal name. What's my email address? Joe at 123. And address line 1. That works. I'm going to select $80 option, moderately priced widget, and yes, agree. Now I'm going to go pay. Well, that I already did. See, this is like words I got to check. All done. Check your email in a really crunched up thing. All right. I'll have to change that in a minute. But we see that everything is being processed and okay, so everything is processing and processed. So all that went out. Cool. Now, well, let's go fix that page real quick. That's an easy one. Register complete. I think I just forgot to put it in columns. Yeah, so I'm using the grid, but I don't have anything in a column. This can be just call 10 centered, I think. I don't think I need to do anything super special with that. I can refresh this page, and that should look, hopefully, well, it won't look like anything because I'm not running yarn. Yarn, watch. All right, so yarn's running, Ziggy's running, doing its thing. Now if I actually refresh, it should look less crappy. There we go. That's beautiful. Hey, let's take that out of there. Wait, what did I call it? Current. There, just so our little like navigation thingy is looking good. Remember, again, this like design, if you want to call it that, is not a final thing. This is just to kind of have something showing up on the screen, showing people different things you could do with it. So, and how it works. So don't look at this like, oh, he's really crappy designer. I totally am. I'm not a good designer. I know enough about design to be dangerous, which essentially means I shouldn't design anything. I can make like good gray boxes on a page that like somebody can like navigate their way around most of the time, but I'm not a designer. All right, so that's good. That works there. That page is looking a little bit better. Okay, so now the auth process is Mailtrap. Let's go into Mailtrap real quick. So I go in here and you see that we have welcome to Rebase. So these are I just didn't check those other emails from a couple days ago. From 2 minutes ago, this is the thing. It says, hey, okay, you're good to go. So now you can log in here. So this is the part I want to start making some changes on. So I'm just going to go here. Yes, I'm accepting the risk. Yes. Thank you, Firefox. All right, so there's a couple of places that we need to actually check and change things if it's not, like if a user gets here. So the first one is just, what do we do about bad tokens? So bad tokens right now, right now, at this moment in time, I'm actually just accepting anything in here. I'm not doing any check to see whether or not this is a legit token in the system for this thing. I'm doing all of that at the end. So I'm doing that basically like, I'll let anybody come to this page, which probably isn't smart the more I think about it. Like, it doesn't make any sense that like what you don't want somebody to do is be like just sitting there and trying to figure out what this UUID could potentially be. So I don't want somebody sitting on this page over and over again, just like hammering it, trying to figure out, you know, the right UUID, which, I mean, I'm assuming if somebody like that would be really difficult, clearly, but do I just want, like, I don't want anybody sitting on one of these sites just hammering it for no freaking reason. Like, so that's probably not a good idea. So I think I'm going to make it so that way now you got to come here with a valid token. So we got to worry about valid tokens in this state, right? So this is the first one, like getting a valid token, making sure it hasn't expired, and then making sure that it matches the email. I think those are like the states that we're going to need. Let's take a look at this stuff. Oh, you know what I should do too? Let's go over here for a moment. Because I didn't do this yesterday. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of this. So this is all the work I did yesterday. What is this? So git commit everything. This is just commit all my stuff. There we go. All right, so I just wanted to commit all the changes and work I did yesterday. So that way it's kind of like we're starting fresh for today. What did I do? There it is. All right. So, okay, now here we are. Everything is clean. Let's go into, where did I do all that? I did all of that stuff in the, well, a couple of places, but let's go into the HTTP controllers, look at the Rebase controller for that. So this is done in the workspace, in the validate, process validate workspace. So this is where everything kind of, this is where the magic happens for this stuff, which is essentially saying here, okay, we're going to first validate the workspace request, which right now is just saying that you've actually passed in an email and a password. and that your password is at least 8 characters long. It's got the confirmation stuff on it, so you're actually matching those two things. Obviously, they're both required. All right, so everything there looks fine. So once that passes through here, we're now here. We're on this page, and what we are doing is making sure we're matching the slug and token. So you get to this page. We're making sure that the token matches the slug. And then, yeah, I can show you that. So, oops. Where is it? Match workspace and token. So that's here. All we're doing is we're saying where activation token is matching and and the slug matches. So because there's a possibility that if you look at the database, like I can't just grab the like here. Workspaces. So you're allowed to have multiple workspaces with multiple slugs. So I can't just say like I want to make sure that like the activation token and the slug all match together. So that way if you had like 10 sites in here that we're correctly saying, hey, find that you found the correct slug and you have the correct activation token, all these things match up, and then we'll go on from here. Like it might, I mean, in all honesty, it's again, the fact that this is, no, I don't think it's overkill. At first I thought I was going to say maybe this is a little bit overkill, but at the end of the day, what you don't want to just do is say, hey, does an activation token like this happen to exist in the database? Because then you could have 10 different activation tokens and you could be in any one of these things and just say, oh yeah, I found it, we're good, pass it along. And you could be like technically in the wrong area. Like you could be trying to activate Josie 456 but you happen to have the activation token for Josie 123. And if I didn't have this slug in here, it would just say, do we have it? Yep, grab us the model. And now it's got the wrong model and you're trying to actually activate and then you activate the wrong thing. So yeah, no, you need both finding the activation token and the slug. Otherwise we throw an error. Okay. And this was what was, this was throwing something incorrect the other day, wasn't it? Process validate. Maybe it wasn't. No, I don't remember. Oh no, it wasn't that. Okay, it was something else. All right, so yeah, activation is on time. So basically we just check, we make sure everything's matching. Assuming everything is matching, we then go in here and we say, okay, are you on time for your activation? Activation is on time is really just a way of saying you have 72 hours to actually activate this thing. If you've done it within that 72-hour period, like if you're doing this, you're good. If not, we're going to say your token's expired and we want you to redo a new one. So that's the first place we actually need to do something. And the reason why I did it this way is because I just don't want these tokens living out in the world forever, because like you're just paid for this thing. And if somebody, again, why would anybody do this? I have no idea, but just there's potential that you should just activate everything in a timely manner, and we shouldn't just leave like this pending state forever, especially since this is something you pay for. So we want to make sure that people are actually doing everything correctly here. All right, so this is our first state. If activation is not on time, throw the invalid token. If the token and the slug mismatch, that's going to be something different that we have to do, I think. For right now, I'm just saying invalid activation token here. So, hey, your token has expired. And what I really want to do, here, yeah, I don't want to do this. Right now, I was just doing that. What I really want to do here at this point is say, okay, if for any reason you've come to this site with an invalid token, let's just delete the token and give you another 3 days to do this. So and I mean, honestly, it's even true for the not an owner section here. So if somebody somehow gets a hold of your token, they send it off to do all the work, and they put in their own email address. So if the token is right now it assumes that the person is an owner. And if they're not listed in the database as an owner, then we should just say, nope, no good, and kick it back. And kicking it back is it means, I think the right thing to do here is just to say, okay, something is wrong. I don't know why you're not the owner, or I don't know why you've taken so long to do this. I'm going to expire this token, or no, the token is expired. I'm going to re-up a new token in here, and then we're going to go from there. So I think the tasks are update token, update the token, update the time in the database, the activation time, because you want to make sure they still have another 3 days to do this. And then we want to send them an email, send out a new email with new token, and report some sort of message to screen. Yeah, I think those are good steps. And again, this whole thing can be modified later. This is just, I think, the beginning of this. And I think that all makes sense right now. So, okay. Updating the token is really just a matter of saying, all right, the token is on the workspace repository. So it is on the workspace. So it's a matter of going in here, updating this, updating that, activation token and time. All right, POS. Factory matching workspace. I'm going to just call this function no, we'll say, what is it? Activation token. So reset activation token is what I'm going to call this. So that's this thing's job. And then we're going to kick out an event. And the event will be, I don't know, we'll have to figure that out. It'll be something like, update that name. And then it'll be return a view. So these steps right here correlate to this right there. All right, let's go into the workspace repository, or into the workspace factory. Workspace model factory. Public function. What did I call it? I don't even remember anymore. Reset activation token. This update, and we already have the model, but I'll say this model. Actually, I don't think I need to pass that in, but I will. And what data do we need to update, and how are we going to do that? So you see here how we're doing this. We just take those two things, but instead of nulling it out, we got to pass in a hash for this. Or was it a UUID? It was a UUID. So we could just say a string. I think that's the right. I gotta look now. Here, let's copy these guys. String UUID, and carbon now. That's really all I'm trying to do. Why didn't that work? Well, that's because this isn't string. There we go. So we're just casting the UUID to a string, pass that back in. So we update that with a new string, and we update the time to now. That sets all that stuff back in motion, which is great. That should be it for that. And then it's a matter of sending out an event. And the event has got to be, I don't know, let's think of a name for that. But let's go back over here and let's get the events set up. I love the new, I think this is my favorite part of the new of Laravel 8, which is just the way you can set up events. And I don't know if this came in Laravel 7 at all, but I know it from Laravel 8, which is just I can go in here. Where the hell are the things? Listeners, maybe? No, it's under, where is it? Kernel events? Oh god, I don't even remember where the hell this thing is anymore. Let me close everything. I just had a complete brain fart. HTTP kernel? No. Oh, it's the event service provider. Jeez. Wow, it's Friday, folks. It's a brain fart kind of day. All right, so these are the events I have so far. I want to add one now in here. All it's app events rebase / token refreshed. So that'll be the name of the event that we fire, token refresh, and then it's gonna just it can't send the welcome email again because that would sound weird. So we're gonna just create a new app listeners rebase send token refresh email. And now I can go into, I did this right here, PHP artisan event, like events generate. I never remember now. Let's see. PHP artisan events. Oh. I did it again. PHP artisan. Show me all the commands. There we go. I think it's events. Or it's event generate or something like that, or make. Make event. Nope. Event generate. Yeah. Clear PHP artisan event generate. That is my favorite thing because so many times I just forget to make a listener or something, or I don't remember where it goes, or I move something into the wrong place. So this just means they're done, taken care of. There's my event, or there's my event that got created. And now in my listener, there's the correct token email thing. I also need to make a mail, I believe, right? Because I want to create a new customer and well, let's get this stuff all situated out. So this is really, so the event is going to be token refreshed. No, oops, not that. It's new token refresh. And what do I want to pass in here? I think what I'm going to pass into this is I think we could just pass into this we need the workspace, and obviously we need the owner. Okay, so there we go. Before I do that, no, what I want to do is I want to take I'm only going to get the workspace. And I'm going to pass in the workspace, and then in the listener, I'll grab the list of owners from there and send an email to them about this. At this time, there should only be one owner, but if there are like 5, they should all get an email about this at the same time. So I think I'm going to grab all of them. I don't want to do it from here because if I grab, okay, so obviously if you made it through this whole thing, then you're going to get the right owner. But if you're not an owner exception, there's no reason to search through, like there's no reason to like go try to find the owner in this thing and do that. I just want to send the event as quick as possible saying we've refreshed this token. So fire the event, then I'll let the listener offload and do the work of finding out who the owners are. Okay, I think that makes sense. So this is just going to take the matched workspace. Matching workspace and token refreshed, matching workspace. I just find it easier also to copy. Oh yeah, I just need a public payload. Okay, so that's all it has to be here. There's no other stuff. I delete this too. I don't usually, because I don't do any of the broadcasting stuff. So, workspace. And the only thing I need to do, oh, that. To array. So I'll dump that out to the array, to here, and then send out the token. If I go there. All right, so that's our refresh for there. And then if I go to the listener and grab the token refresh email, this is where I gotta, yeah, you know, I gotta extend should queue from here. Never remember all these things off the top of my head. I just, welcome email. Where's the welcome email? Implement should queue, then I tell it which queue to use. There we go. All right. So implement should queue. This is my email queue, if I remember correctly. Let's see. I think I have an email queue in here. I haven't so many. All right, so this should queue, and then this is taking the token refreshed guy. Okay, so we have the Okay, so I have the workspace here. Before I actually do the mail, I have to grab the owners, obviously. So that's where we are right now. Oh crap! This is being done at a different time, so I don't actually have the correct workspace repository in here. So maybe I want to actually do this inside of, this is the wrong file. One of those days, folks. Let's open that up again. Oh, hey, good. Look at that. We've updated. Anything fun? Extension trees. Use custom hover. Wow. Who wants to? That's okay. Integrated terminal. As okay. These are some cool things. Move cursor to select suggestion. Sweet. All right, anyway. So where are we? Let's go back over here for a minute. Token refreshed, matching workspace. send that out. Maybe I should give it the users here. I could just find it. Again, it's not really the end of the world. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that. All right, well, you know what? Let me show you how before I even bother with that, let me show you how I actually work with it. Like the first thing I do with events. The first thing I normally do with an event is I don't use it. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but I'm trying to use an event before I actually do my normal workflow. The problem with events is that they're harder to debug, right? Because you like it has to run, and then you have to like you can look at Horizon, but Horizon is going to give you some information, but there might be something missing if it broke for in some like weird manner. You may not be able to debug it too easily. So the way I kind of work around that is that at first I don't use an event at all. So I'm going to do all the work that I want to be done here, and then I move it to an event. I'm trying to just do it as an event and showing it to you, but that's not my normal workflow. So I'm going to take a step back, do it my normal way, which is do the work in here, see it work, see where it fails, fix it when it fails, and then correctly move everything back to the event system when I know it's working. So okay, match the workspace, do that thing there. So really at this point, all I need to do is actually send out an email saying, hey, it's done. Here's the correct, we have a new token for you. And that's really the end of the end of this. Oh, you know what? Yeah, see, this is, and doing it this way, this helps me kind of remember what I'm doing here. So updated workspace. So yeah, if we go to workspace model factory, this really needs to return the model because we've updated this thing and then we didn't do anything to it. We didn't send it back. So this model, it gets updated automatically in the back end. So I can just say this model and it'll return that correctly. Yes, I know it's not void. Okay, so return the model to me. Now I have the updated workspace. This is actually the thing I need more than anything else. So now it would just be a simple, I can just echo this out to the screen real quick. Or I'll die dump it right here. This is what I would really want. The message would say, sorry, you're invalid. And then I just need to see the new token, which is updated workspace. Activation token. Actually, now that I think about it more, I don't even think I need a full event. See, this is why I do it this way, because this actually really kind of helps me think through the entire process before getting involved in the event. So I've been thinking in my head, oh, I need to pass out, like I need to go to an event, doing a listener, yada, yada, yada. But just seeing this line sitting here, it really, like, what's the only thing I'm doing at this point? I'm sending out an email. That's all I'm doing. I can literally just do the mail stuff right here. So that already kind of helped me figure that out. So, okay. Let's say we are here and we are past 72 hours. So let's go into table plus. And let's make this that it was 11/1. Save that. Now I go here, refresh the page in your email address. I think that's the email I used. Password 1, 2, 3. Something broke. Okay. Inspect the element. What just happened? Let's see. First, is that a? Yeah. Okay. Ziggy error. Validate workspace process. Not in a route. Ooh, that's interesting. Validate workspace process. What's the name of this? Validate workspace process. That looks suspiciously correct. Oh, token key is required. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, go back to... Where's this view? This is... No, that's in this view, right? So that's in workspace token. Validate workspace token. Well, now I'm confused. Looks like I am passing the token in. Validate workspace token. Okay, let's look at view real quick. It looks like maybe the token's not being passed in. Inertia workspace. Validate workspace token. Here we go. Oh no, you can see my password. Token undefined. Okay, so there's the problem. Yeah, so it definitely needs the token. Okay, why isn't it getting the token? Oh, okay, so it's not getting the token because I'm not, I need to pass that in from... Ooh, that's not passing in that data in my inertia route. So that's part of the problem. Route service provider. So I have a macro, and that's what this macro is right here. It's inertia. Path and then data. Okay, so I'm not passing in the data. So I need to basically pass in data to this thing so it actually correctly passes in the view data. So yeah. With view data. Oh crap, that ain't gonna work, is it? You know what? Let's see what happens. This probably yeah, that's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do what I'm expecting it to do. Here's a thing I just didn't think about this. You know, at first I was like, oh yeah, you'll pass the data in this way, yada yada yada, it'll work. But this is not gonna work. Because it has no concept of what this token is inside of, like, this works in, well, nope, that's not gonna work. I'm trying to think if there's a way I can make that work real quick. See, here's your problem right there. Inertia, passing in a function, and the function I'm grabbing the URI, the path, which I need, and then the data. The problem is, what data am I passing in? Like, if it was just something I already knew on that page, but I don't technically have the token there. I wonder if I could... Oh no, that'll be a mess. That would be a real mess. So what I'm thinking about here is that at the end of the day, this route macro is a pass through to a route get. The URI right here is at this point looking like this, validate / whatever token. I could oh boy, yeah, I could, I guess, read the URI, find anything that happens to be in brackets like this, take the stuff that's inside of there, and then just like dump it here, right? So then I could dump the like token like in here like that. I think I could get that to work if I really felt that strongly about this, but I don't think I do. The idea for this inertia macro is really just to be a very stupid, simple way of kind of handling routes that don't necessarily need anything heavy in them. So the concept again is that if you don't need to pass data, you don't need to transform data, you don't need to do anything, you can use a route macro. You don't need to create a controller for it. Since I need to pass some sort of data in, I'll just, instead of trying to make this work the way I need it to work, or like the way I want it to work, I'll just route get, use the actual function like route get, and then just create a controller for it. It's not the end of the world to have a controller. Again, the idea, the concept was just to make my life a little bit, like, to not have to create controllers when there's really no need for them. But in this case, I would say there is probably a need for it. Rebase Workspace, validate, what did I call it? Validate Workspace token. That's going to throw an error, and that's fine. Name validate.workspace. Validate work. Okay, so now we go to B, and we go back up into our controllers. Validate. I'm going to just dupe this. Validate. What I call it? Validate workspace. Inertia, action, view, this. With data, or just, I could say, I think, what is it? Data, just with data. App action actions, grab my action, there we go. I mean, like I said, this is what, it's just stopping me from having to have these one little liner things, but again, at the end of the day, not the end of the world to do this. So we got that there. So Rebase Workspace, this should now work fine. This, if I save this, this will actually not throw an error on me. Let's go back here and see what happens if I hit verify. Oh, I probably got to refresh. Oh, typoed. Wow, do it again. Sorry, the token was invalid. Good, don't save. And there's my new token. Now, if I go back to, so that worked. Let's look at table plus. I should see there's my old token, there's my old time. Refresh, new token, new time. Good. So now I have a new 72 hours to essentially redo this thing. Okay, so that was pretty simple once you have the correct stuff working. All right, yeah, so I can dump that now. Good, I don't need that crap. I don't need this to say P. All right. Update workspace repository. So that's doing the reset correctly. That's doing everything there correctly. So yeah, I am actually just going to do I should queue mailable right here. That would actually make perfect sense. I don't need the event is not doing the event is not necessary unless I was going to do, I think, more stuff. Yeah, like yeah, I think that's how I'm going to handle this. I'm thinking it through, making sure that I'm okay with that. And I think I am. So if I were going to be doing a couple of things in the event, or even just one thing that really like the process should be kind of shunted off to something else, I would say create an event. But like that's literally it's a one-line email that's got to go out essentially that says, hey, we noticed that you tried to update, you tried to validate your token, but it didn't work. Go here instead. Click this new link. And then I give them a link, and that's it. So since that's the case, yeah, let's just do it with a send mail, basically. And if you go look and create new customer, I actually just do a mail to right here. So this is this is essentially the line that I need. That's obviously not going to work, but that's what I want. And I need to create a new mailable. I'm gonna just copy that one. I'm gonna call it refresh workspace token. Oh, I'm in the workspace. Implements mailable or extends mailable and implements should queue. So this will queue correctly to the system email. And then I just need to send the email through here. All right. So yeah, this I think is better. So this is going to say, I need to make it say something good. Dude, you waited too long. No, that's not good. I don't know. That's so some good information about me. I'm not a designer. I'm not a writer. So coming up with subjects and headlines and things emails should say that sound nice. I'm usually I'm either too blunt or too wordy. Like I'm either just like yes or dear sir or madam or child or person of I just expound. So I know this about myself. You probably hear that in me talking as much as I do. This is not like nervous talking. This is just what I do. All right, so let's go and create another. Okay, now. All right, so I've got this thing going here. We'll go back over to where the hell is it? I need a mailable. Where are my mailables? It should be resources, views, email, and I use email welcome new customer, email welcome new customer. So that's this guy here. So I'm gonna actually dupe this whole thing. Well, I guess it's part of the welcome package. No, I would say it's something different. Validation. Part of the validation package. So this is now token refresh. So if I go in here, mail message, welcome to Rebase. So hey, Needed to update your token. Hi, person. Let's see what we're going to say here instead of this. Something happened. We updated your link. Please click below. That doesn't sound shady at all. Something happened. Please click this link. So, mail button URL link. I have, what the hell did I write there? What? It does. This is just me coding or me writing. I'm trying to understand what in the hell I was. I have, and then name team. I have rebase.app team. Fuck. Thanks. The team. That sounds a little bit more like I'm not drunk. Okay. So let's go over, since I know that's here too, right? Yeah, since I copied that. Thanks. Oh boy. All right. All right, that saves that out there. That one's good. The blank team. Okay. And this is cool. I can actually probably make this a component later on that just that has all that information in there. But for right now, this is a pretty simple markdown email. All I'm saying is hi, member, email, something happened. We updated your link, and I'm passing in a new link and saying thanks. And I'm showing the link right here too, so that way they know, like, if this button doesn't work because their email program is crap, which all email programs are crap, they have at least that method there. Okay. That's that. So workspace refresh token is now, so okay, you can see what we're passing into this. I need to pass in some sort of slug. Or I'm passing in a payload. Okay, the payload is what has the slug and all that information in it. So here's, this is email validation dot token refresh. So that's mapping to the correct spot. Change of shit. No, I shouldn't say change of shit because that'll just get stuck in there forever. Let's see. What am I going to say here? What is this? Sorry, your token expired. So I think that's probably the right way of the right approach. You just, when they go to your, if whatever the error is, like, don't sit there and say, oh my God, there was an error. We should probably just say, hey, sorry, your token expired, no matter what the cause actually is. That way you don't freak anybody out. Like, oh yeah, you're sorry. Hey, someone's hacked. Because any normal person is going to see an email about like token expiration and be like, I've been hacked. When it's just like, no, you just waited too long. So we just say, hey, sorry, your token expired. That's probably what the email text should say too. Like, oh, sorry, token expired. Let's just fix this up for you real quick there. All right, so that's good. Save that real quick, process this. Yeah, I know this is not gonna work just yet exactly because we gotta, I don't need this, like the pipe data is also wrong because that's coming from an old thing or another thing. So who do we send this off to? The owner. Oh, we have the updated workspace. And I should have the member. I have the owner right here. Unless it's failed. That's where there's a problem. All right. All right, so if I just do that as two separate spots, then let's do it this way. So I don't want to catch both of those errors in the same block. Because at first I was saying, okay, if you're I was saying if invalid invitation or if invalid member, send the email, or come into this block. I don't want to do that. I want to say invalid will catch and do something different than if you are than if the member is incorrect. So now I have the owner. So now I should just be able to say owner email send refresh. Oh, what's it called? Refresh workspace token. And instead of pipe data, what are we sending this out to this guy? We are sending you the owner and the workspace. Update a workspace. Ooh, what just broke there? Okay, yeah, so that should take care of that. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say mail to the owner. We're going to send the refreshed workspace, and then I'm just going to pass in the owner and the updated workspace, and then we will go from there. That should do that. Oh, let me delete that guy and delete the event. Service provider, and we can delete this thing from here too. There's just no reason I see for that yet. All right, mail, refresh token, workspace. Let's go back into here. I think you can send anything to these, right? I don't think they need some sort of serialized data. I think I can just send any data I want to here. So I'm going to just call this the owner. And I think I could do this. I don't think there's an issue doing that, other than I have to actually pass in the correct public data to this, which I'll do that too. So instead of this payload, we'll say I need what do we need here? Okay, so the payload is, yeah, I don't need that. And the link, this is correct, right? So it's got to be an HTTPS link from workspace slug. Ah, what just happened? Okay, that should be good for that. So that's the correct link. And I think I just need the owner's email address really at this point in here. Yeah, because I think the only thing I'm using in token refresh email is this. Was it member? I member. There we go. Owner email. That should be good. Again, provided that you're allowed to pass in all this crap. Otherwise, I have to like serialize it, turn it into an array and all that shit. But hopefully I don't need to do that. Hopefully this just works. Okay, so yeah, so we have member, have it saying hi, email, it gets the owner's email, it gets the correct link. So that theoretically does everything. Before I go any further, okay, now let's go back to the database. Turn this back to more than several days ago. Take that token, go back here. Okay. Ooh, before I do that, are we queued up correctly? Nope, hold on. Something I gotta do. Composer DU. I believe you have to run, anytime you like change a mailable, you gotta like run composer dump autoload. I believe. Just gonna do it anyway. All right, now kick Horizon back open. So we got that going there. Now I should be able to hit verify. Don't save. Undefined variable owner. Why is that? Oh, doy. Well, that makes sense. It wouldn't get the owner yet in here because it just fails here. So it fails in the activation time. So it throws right there. So it's never gonna find that person in here. Okay, fine. Making me do it. I'll just do it. Let's go down here, and then I'm just gonna say what? Get owners. Actually, I don't know if I have a concept of multiple owners. That's a question for myself that I need to figure out later. Do I have the concept of having multiple owners? Yeah, I do. So okay, get all owners for this workspace. Owners is equal to that. And then I'll have to do an each over this thing. So let's. I don't think I did anything with that, right? Get owner with email, but not with anything else. Get all owners. Yeah, this model members or pivot role is owner get. That should take care of that. All right, so get all the owners and just give me back an eloquent collection of them. So that is here, owners. Each. Its key value. All right, I think that takes care of that. So basically, we're just saying screw it. No matter what owner you have in here, like it doesn't matter. We're just gonna, because this is getting owners with the email address, and I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I'm getting all the owners in general, which definitely makes sense. And then sending out an email saying, hey, by the way, and in this case, there's only one owner, but I guess there is potential that you could have several owners. Like if you had, again, if you set this up like on your second, third, or fourth site, or your fourth workspace, you could have X number of owners. So make sure they all get the email being like, hey, token has an issue, just reset it if you want. And then anybody can go into it and do it. So I think all this makes sense in my head. At least in my head, it makes sense. Let's go back over here, go here, make sure that this is running. And I might need to restart Horizon. Matching workspace. Undefined variable matching workspace. Why is that matching? It's not. Why is that invalid? Because we have the workspace at this point, so we know that the workspace exists. The only thing I'm saying is that the token is invalid. I guess that would be a condition of... No, that's not the condition, though. Let me just... because this should be an issue here. But maybe the slug and token is failing on me? All right. Look at this roll. Yeah, okay, so match slug and token. Ooh. Workspace repository, match slug and token. All right, so let's do this first before we do any of that other stuff. What error am I getting? Step 1. Verify your errors. Unable to match token and slug. Okay. That's a different error than I was expecting. I was expecting to be working on a completely different error. How dare you? Did I typo that when I put it in? That's a possibility. Is that saved? Yeah, row saved. Okay, why is that not matching? Unable to match a token to slug. What would be the reasoning for that? let's go back in. All right, let's go into the workspace and let's see what it's doing. Well, if you got the token and the slug, oh wait, I think I have a feeling it's this. Because this was screwing me up the other day. Oh, I'm trying to find out where it was screwing me up. There's no. Wouldn't be in the filters. It would have been in the model factory. First or. All right, maybe that's not it. Okay, so, well, let's ask this question here. Let's look at the token again in this place. Did I not pass something incorrectly? And the slug? Always a possibility. Verify. Nope, that's correct. And I'm not incorrect in saying that this is the correct, that this is what is in the database, right? Yep. All right, so activation token and so that's all correct. Let's see now what the issue is there. All right, so what's this return? Well, obviously it's returning. Obviously it's not returning, right? It's obviously throwing an invalid activation token, which I think this is where the problem lies. So let's just do a first in here and see what that gets me. Null. Interesting. Wait. Wait. Whoa. 9.5. What did I do? Looks like I somehow... Let's comment all this stuff out. It looks like I'm somehow... I didn't... Null. Why? Okay, that's coming back null. So let me copy that link back in there. Let me hit refresh. That's... Okay. It's saved. That's the correct token. That should get me... Okay. I don't know what I just did. I don't know if I could have sworn I put in the right connection or the right token, but apparently I either didn't or it changed or I'm hallucinating. All things completely possible. Did drink a bunch of wine last night, so there's a potential that I'm still hungover. Didn't think I was, but who knows? It's been a long week. From the States, you understand. You're not from the States, you probably understand. So token. Okay, so yeah, all right. So we did that. We now have the we're getting a matching thing here, and I'm gonna just throw a different exception at this case now, just so I guess there should be multiple exceptions that are being thrown here. So invalid activation token should be for your repository not matching. There should be like a slug token mismatch. That should be, you know, artisan RTI make exception. Mismatch. Slug token mismatch exception. So that'll happen inside of here. Where am I going there? So what was first return if there's nothing? Because first or fail is not what I'm passing in. I'm passing in first. So okay, so it just gives me null. All right, so here's where I'm going to say found is equal to if is null found throw new slug token mismatch exception. Else return found. There we go. So yeah, that makes sense. So now we'll actually get a different type of error, which we won't be catching here. I'm just going to do a die and dump here just in case. Why are we here? It'll actually bubble up to the other exception, but it'll at least remind me. Okay, so now we're in the correct, we're here, which makes sense. All right, so now our token's expired. God willing. And now what? All right, so we can get rid of that. So our token's expired. We are saying, hey, oops. Update, we're going to reset the token there. That's going to work now. We're going to find all the owners. We're going to send them out an email. And that is going to be that for this page or this view. So let's make sure that works. Let's refresh this just to make sure that I'm still seeing the right token. I'm going to copy that token out so I have it. Now we're going to verify slug and token mismatch. What in the shit? Oh. Yeah, it was this one. Hold on. Yep, I know. Hold on. All right. Where was that? I like when workspace repo. I changed this to 12. Should be token. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Why are you here? I shouldn't be there. All right, see? Good thing I put that there. Why are we there? We are there. Oh, no, that actually does make sense. Let's go look and see if Horizon didn't throw the thing. Well, it should have deferred them, I think. Okay, so yeah. Owners, each one updated workspace, mail, send, yada, yada, yada. All right. Let's see. Was v emails correctly? Email. Now if I refresh, that activated. Ooh boy. Oh, because I set the time wrong. Okay. Let's go back to pending. Back that in. I'm able to just say now. There we go. Okay, so I just put everything back, and I'm going to go back over to here into the database real quick, and I'm going to change this to the 1st of November, which means that this is expired. I saved that out. Go back here, refresh. Why is it doing that? Fresh, yeah. Give me a new. Oh, okay, no, that's good. It gave me a new token and a new time. Okay. So it did give me a new token and a new time. That's good. Let me just check Mail Trap if it got a new email yet. No, it didn't. Oh, it won't because I died and dumped on that screen. Okay, so which one is it? See this? Okay, so collection. This is a Eloquent collection. Right. Owners. So I'm just resetting that to the same thing. Laravel com/docs. Each. Item key. So I was doing that in the wrong place. So that's why it's not going to send the email. Item key. Item. Item. All right. And I think that would be, well, it'll be better. Just dump Composer real quick. Restart Horizon. Okay. This should have bad date. Good. Fresh. Bad date. Good. All right. So that fired. That's good. Horizon's not firing emails. So that says to me something is up. I don't think I got an email here, right? Nope. So why is that not? Did this change again? Let's see. Yeah, so it changed. I'm just not firing out the email. That's the problem. Refresh workspace token. So, okay, well, we're not firing out an email, which... Let's make sure we're actually getting the owners list. Oh, yeah, now I forgot. copy that out. Save that. Back to the first. Verify. Yep, no owners. Okay, there's the problem. There's your problem right there. You ain't got no owners. All right, so I do have owners, but they're not. I'm not going to get all owners. Get all owners. Ooh. Oh, I'm not passing in the query. Yeah, I just realized I'm not passing in. So what I have to actually pass in, like I do here, where I say factory workspace. I actually have to pass in the thing. So I have to say query, because this is kind of like query on this guy here. Otherwise, it's querying on the generic model, which is like empty. So that would be matching workspace. Okay, so that should return an owner. Make sure nothing change. Ah, damn it. Save. Oh, gotta change the time. Save on that. Go back here. Eloquent workspace is now saved correctly. Or get all owners. Where pivot role owner get. Okay. Now we got our list. Now I gotta remember. There we go. Okay. So now we got the correct list of members. That's this thing right here. Now we send out the email. Or emails. Save. Go back here, refresh. Verify. Bad date. There we go. Processing. Hold the breath. I can't hold my breath any longer. Processed. All right. Now. Whew. Sorry, your token expired. All right. There we go. That was it. So something happened. We updated your link. Now you get a new email. Now we get the new link. Okay, cool. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too painful. It's just slightly painful, which is, you know, PHP. What else can you expect? Things are going to be slightly painful sometimes. No, I probably just made that more painful on myself. Okay. All right, so we have now the token mismatch. Or no, we got the invalid activation token, so that's the expired token. Great, that's now working. So I can get rid of him. I can get rid of you for the moment. Get rid of that stuff. I bet you I can. This can become a private function. I'm pretty sure. Let me just refactor that out. Send email to owners. Oh, this should be space. Workspace. Workspace. Send email to owners. Update a workspace. Okay, so before I go do a view of that, I'm not going to do a view of that yet. So, okay. we've got the case for workspace repository. Yeah, so mismatched. No, that's this one that we've taken care of. We've taken care of the activation is not on time. So now we need to do the mismatch one. What would be the case of a mismatch? And should the, well, I guess it's really the, so yeah, if it's a mismatch between token and slug, that means you're probably trying to like, it's probably just a screw up in some way. That, or actually that could just be the case of a second ago where somebody updated the token, you went to the wrong email, yada, yada, yada. So, okay, so really we can actually go back to Workspace Repository for a second. Yeah, look at Workspace Repository. Yeah, I can actually do mismatch token here. What is it? What was the slug token mismatch? Yeah, I can really call either one of those things because in either case, you have screwed up in some way and that's it. And now we say, oh, sorry, this is a mismatch. Yeah, I can, although there is an edge case, I don't know if it's an edge case, but there's a case where if you've already so if the token is null because you've already activated, so if you've already activated the user or the thing, the token, it doesn't exist, it's already expired, all this stuff, you shouldn't even be here. Okay, so okay, all right. So I'm making decisions here now where I'm going to do this stuff because I think the slug and token mismatch, and then the case where tokens expired because like user system is already activated, like those are things that would happen first. So what I think I'm going to do is, even before you get to the process, when you go to the validation page in general, we're going to do these lookups first. Yeah, all right. So validate workspace token. It would make sense that before we even get on this page now, the first thing we need to do is check to see if there's a token mismatch and check to see if I won't do a check to see if it's expired. I'll keep the expired check where it is. But I'll do the check here for slug mismatch and already activated. So we do need two things. So we need already activated and slug mismatch. So let's refactor that out. I think that makes better sense than trying to do it all in one place. All right, so let's go back to and close that. Validate workspace token. So let's try that here. Oops. Oh God. That kind of cleans up a lot of this stuff too. Makes this a little bit leaner, which I think is probably good. All right, so let's start with this. Say, okay, so we're checking the matching thing here. If it doesn't match, we'll have to move we'll have to move that up and out in a minute. So, okay, token mismatch here. Else, otherwise, just return everything we got. Okay. Maybe we should do an expires check in here. Yeah, I guess it does make sense to do that. I'm trying to figure out where this most makes sense, but you know what? I think by the time, I think it would be more annoying for a user to go through the whole process of typing in their username and like a username and a password and all that stuff, only to then be told, oh, hey, something we could have told you 5 seconds ago, like when you came to this page. Because that is really what it is. It's information that we already have. I don't need the user input to tell them that the token is valid. Yeah, okay. So since I don't need that user input to tell them that the token is invalid, I should just do all of this on the other page. What? Cannot use try without a catch or finally. I'm saying catch. What are you talking about? Okay, fix that, whatever that was. F duck. Okay, so yeah, so all of this goes. Yeah, so this goes out too. Yeah, so I just move everything back to the other page. I think this is going to become a repository function real quick, sending an email to these guys or to some sort of like user sent like notification system. This might have to become that. See, now I'm thinking, okay, there is a point to actually sending out, to making an event for this whole thing. Okay. So really now, okay, on this page, let's just get this whole function out of here. Go back here. Save for that. Yeah, this I think makes better sense now. Token mismatch, we're checking here. We're checking if your token's expired. And if it's expired, we just send you out another email immediately and we tell you, hey, this didn't work. So now I'll send them to a different page that says, sorry, your stuff's wrong. And that'll be it on here. All right. Token slug, got that, do that filter there, token expired, send that there. Otherwise, they come into this page, and once they come into that page, they're able to process them. Now, processing in this case is really just saying what? Well, I guess we'll grab the query, we'll match the workspace again, make sure that this is where we make sure that they are actually a member of this workspace and that they should be able to do this. So that's where we say, okay, we got to grab the workspace again here. So there's, oops, yeah, Control C. There's no harm in grabbing it again. I mean, I guess it's double the query, but it's not really, it's a separate page. So we're processing this now. I don't feel like passing it down and up around. It's probably better just to do the check on the off chance that somebody somehow is able to bypass it on the first page. Workspace repository, match and get the thing, find the person, get the person, and then kick out if they're not an owner. So that's where we go to get owner with email. Yes, that's in what? Workspace repository, yeah. This is where we say here. Nope. Unknown owner. Unknown owner exception. Oh wait, I can't miss the opportunity. I can't miss this opportunity. Hold on. This is too good of an opportunity. How do we say this exactly? There we go. So, all right, so that guy's, that we'll inject them from the database. There we go. Okay, so return found. Whoop. Okay, so we'll find that. If we find them, if no, we throw an unknown owner exception. Otherwise, we just return that. Good. That gets that out of there. That is lovely. Invalid activation token. No, this is now. Unknown owner exception. Yeah, that's fine, because I think if I'd want to roll up to something else if the token all of a sudden broke. So I think I would just throw an error. I think that'll work the way I'm thinking about it. Let's okay, so here's the question now. Do I reset the token here if they got the right token and they got the right thing? Gosh, that's a good question. Do I reset the token if the users are, like, if they made it here, but they're just not a good user, like they're not the right user to do this for some reason? Or do I just kick them out and say, nah, nothing, don't worry, like, sorry, this doesn't work. Either way works. I could just copy and paste the for right now, these things, the send owner emails. I think what I'm going to do is anytime if you get to this page, until somebody gives me a good enough reason to not do this, I'm not going to reset anything here. I'll reset on the other page. So you come there and your tokens are bad, your time is bad, whatever, we reset. If you're entering an email address and password, you could have just legitimately typoed your email address on this page. Like there could have just been something that you screwed up, right? So you look at your email address and you're like, Joe@Sandfloor. What? Oh, that's my problem. And you type it again. So yeah, I think that's what I won't reset on this page, making the assumption that you are potentially the right owner, but you just messed up something. So get rid of that. And now here's where we just say, you done goofed up. All right, so that's the view we got to make for this point right here, right? So wait. Yes, we are marking this as, yeah, that's where we mark as verified. Okay, so again, we either do this and we mark you as verified, we tell you goofed up, and then or not. So yeah, okay, I think that's good for that. Now we come here and let me invalidate the token. Now I just refresh this page. Too few arguments. Okay. Controller. What? Oh, request. Sorry. That should have just been a request. I think it's this one. Oh, I think it reset it. Yeah, it's processing that guy right now, but I'm putting you down on this page, which I shouldn't be doing. All right, so let's go with another. We'll just need another view right here. That's action view. Ooh, not this. Okay, so we'll redirect. Yeah, we're gonna actually redirect you to another page. So turn out workspace. Token problem. Token refresh. Yeah, we'll call token expired. Token expired. There we go. Let's see. Sources, JS. Pages, workspace, yeah, workspace, complete. Validate token expired. Sorry, your token expired. Please check your email. There we go for that. Go back to, where was I? Ah. Validate token expired. Nope, it's redirect route. I always get this backwards. Nah. All right, validate token expired. There we go for that. And I don't think that needs any, yeah, save. Okay. Now we go here, verify. And there we go. Undefined variable matching workspace. Why are you here? Oh, yeah, well, that would make sense, right? Because if you're getting a validation mismatch here, a slug. So in this case right now, I'm getting a mismatch on the token because the token was changed. So, right, let's go back here and just see this real quick. Token was that a minute ago, then it refreshed. So this is the new token. So now what I'm getting is a validation mismatch, basically, or slug token mismatch. When you get that, it's basically like I can't figure out what this is supposed to be. So yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Reset validation token. I don't need to pass in anything. I'm just gonna say reset activation token for, and then the slug. So reset activation token for the slug. Model factory. Yeah, so instead of, oh, how does my update function work? I never remember this. Model factory. So to update this, what I want to really do now is I want to pass in model where. So this is basically what I'm doing now. I gotta go with this one where I'm saying update where whatever equals whatever. Yeah, and then the data. Okay. Rebase. Nope, no place. slug. I don't even need to do, I can just say slug, comma, slug. Yeah, that should work. So slug is equal to whatever slug I passed in, then change that stuff. So really in this case, I'm just saying you got the wrong token, you got the wrong, like, but you have if you have a slug, then we're going to do this. We're going to update this. Yeah. That should now work. Yep, sorry, please check. Token has expired. And if I go back here, refresh, and I go here, and there we go. We got the new email. Awesome. Okay, so that stuff is looking pretty good, but let's see what else we got to do here. Let's go back here. There's a couple other things I want to clear up with this thing because it's important to get this kind of right. Yeah, the overarching thing here is to make sure Yep, I don't want to do any of this if there's not. Okay, so the first thing we actually need to do here is find out, before we even do any of this matching the slug and token crap, we actually need to say, hey, are you still pending? Or have you actually been already done? So if repository is, what's the state that it's supposed to be in? If status is pending. Yeah, because if you're not pending, then I just don't care. If is pending. Whole thing gets refactored right into there. So we're saying, yep, do we need to worry about you? Are you still pending? And then if you are, do something. If you're not, do something else. So get slug. Otherwise, we just say Liquid Workspace is pending. I don't think I have anything in here like that. Okay. This model where slub status is yeah, I think oops, no, greater than 0. So yeah, so basically we can just check and see if the slug exists and the pending status exists, and if they do, then we allow them to go through. So if that, yeah, and if not, then we just kick them out and say, nope, you're not pending anymore. think that makes good sense. All right. So let's do this. And remove it to any state, but it's verified as the next state. That out there. So correct token, still in the right time, but you're no longer pending. So I should go here and now it should say duh. Yeah. So, and it does nothing. So that's mostly fine. I think instead of going here though, what I'm going to do is I will redirect you. Probably just redirect them to the login page, which I don't have at this moment in time, but yeah. Yeah, there's no reason to go. Like basically what I'll do on this point here is I'll redirect you to the login for the thing, and I'll just say you're already active, and that's it. So I'll put like a banner message up, which obviously I don't have the system in place to do that just yet, but that'll be the way we handle this. So you're already active, we just do that. If you're not active, then we go through all this horse crap, which is basically checking the token again. Yeah, so if you're pending, if is pending, do all this, otherwise don't. And yeah, I think that's good for this. So look at our roadmap real quick. I think that takes care of the activation token, and that kind of brings us right nicely into login, logout capabilities now. So actually, before I move that into done, I'll leave that here. Just I'll check it later on myself just to make sure that I can do that and everything is good there. So okay, now the login, logout stuff, that should be so everything is valid. You're a valid user now. Everything is good. Now it's going to have to log you into the system. So let's go to the processing page real quick. So once you're processed and it's complete, yeah, this should also take you to the login page. Yeah, that would make sense. I would say, okay, hey, you've logged in now, and I'll probably pass a message here saying you're all good, ready to go, and that's when you log in for the first time. So I'll just take everybody there, and I'll do the same on the other page too. So leaving this open real quick, let's actually create a login page now. So Rebase Workspace. Yes. So yeah, we're just gonna do, I don't think I have it down here anywhere. I'm double checking to see. Nope, I don't. All right. So this is route get login. And just because I'm gonna do it in a minute too, route post, or no, get log out. We'll be making that anyway, so just to get it ready. And where do you go from here? So I think we're going to go to Rebase Workspace off login class. Name is just login. So let's go over to controllers, work auth. I think I already have a login page. Yeah, I do. Okay, so this is just a dump for this page, which is good. Again, I'll probably have to pass in some sort of variables to this thing at some point to say, you know, hey, you've successfully logged out. Hey, you're your token expired, your something expired, your session expired. So I think I need this page to exist, or this controller to exist. But now let's go into Workspace, pages, Rebase, Workspace, new folder, auth. I'm going to just copy this. Control C, Control V, login.view. So this is going to be a different template too. So right now I have this workspace main, which is probably, well, I don't even know if I have anything in there. Let's look at the template real quick. There's nothing in here. Okay. So this is, and then the web view is the public view for the other file. So that's where this has like just a section wrapped around it. There's nothing even in here yet. Okay. So we have our grid. Let's just build this out. Well, here, login. Make sure it's saving everything. Oh wait, it's not gonna. I gotta figure out a way of getting Ziggy to run, like to be checking if something in this file is created correctly. I'm sure there's a way of doing it. Like I just put a watch on your routes directory and see if like something changed, and then like rerun. And maybe that'll work. Put a watch on the routes folder. That way I can just check and like rerun Ziggy every time there's a change in that folder. Maybe that'll do something. But for now, just wanted to restart it. So we have our login view. That should be good. And now it's called login there, which is fine. Now we can go here and I can say route redirect. Yeah, instead of complete, we're just going to go to login. And even really here can now be login, but with some sort of data needing to be passed into this. So, well, they really both need some sort of data, right? They really both need some sort of thing that says, I don't know, like, hey, you've, here you go, you can log in. So there needs to be some sort of data passed into this. Message. You yeah, and then I'll say down here with message ready to go. I'm not reading these messages, I'm not doing anything with them, but I can just send the flash data into whatever, and then I can read them out later on. Okay, so processing validation now correctly. We'll do that. Then and then we just go to the login. So let's see about getting to the login page. Oh, this isn't even the right. Let's see what happens if I just do that. Redirect to login. Okay, yeah, because I'm valid now. So where was that being done? Copy this one out too. Login. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Now we're on the login page and we can log our user in. So doing that isn't too bad either. Let's just close these things out. Got a lot of stuff open here. Find the right file. Here we go. Okay. Again, I don't have a design for my login section. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna take what I had for the other pages real quick and just copy them into place. So where is that? Register customer. It's gonna be one form field for now. All right, so we have our email address, password, and then a button. All right, so button type, button, all that stuff. Oh, I need to also add a Mult-Tenant centered on here, but we'll make this extra small for now. I need to put a grid around this whole thing. Well, I can just say oh, wait. MD call 8 centered. Yeah, and then we'll make this one extra small. That should work. Ooh, that did not do what I wanted it to do. Content centered. Oh, wait, I don't want the column to be extra small. I want the button to be extra small. That's too small. Fine to me. It does jump. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that it's actually doing the jump. That the whatchamacallit's working. The media queries, but everything looks like it's good there. And then, okay, that's good. And that should just, they're not going to do anything, which is what I want. Good, perfect. All right, now let's go over here and we're going to say, so this is like an inertia form right now if you've never seen these before. It's super easy to use. So because I've already kind of set everything up, and these form fields, if you're wondering, this is just my own code that I wrote. I'm not using any libraries or anything like that. I write my own kind of validators and my own JavaScript. Yeah, I write my own view components for this, and this is not this. This is a password. Form.password, form.email. Let's go up here. So the data I want to pass into this is, where I'm going to have email and password. So that's what I want to send over to my user, or to my registration table, or to my login table, my auth. Jesus. All right, so that's that. Let's see, what else am I going to do here? Login button, login, that stuff. That's pretty much it there. All right. I need a form. That's what I need. You know, I can wrap the whole thing actually here for right now. Form. Submit CV. Submit.prevent equals, and then login. And I don't think I have a login function already. But I do have, yeah, there's like Inertia kind of changed a little bit. so I don't always remember how to write this stuff yet. Okay, so yeah, here's the method. Let's grab this. So now it's like on start and on finish, as opposed to like it was different before. Just the route that I'm going to is login. I don't need a token. And the form and on start and on finish can just do that for right now. I don't think there's anything else I need to worry about. Oh wait, not login. Login.process, right? Or something. It's not going to find that route, which is fine. Web, no, Rebase, Workspace. So yeah, so now I need the log in processing route. Post. Workspace. Okay, so now we go over to create. I need what? Oh, process login already created. Nice. I do put the word process first, so let's change this. Process login. I bet you no, I didn't do anything. Damn it. All right. So I have to write this code. Oh, and there's process logout too. Okay, hold on. Just because that's already done, but I didn't do it. There's nothing going on in there. Okay. So yarn watch. Now we got our routes created. All right, so what is going on in the processing of the login? So there's a couple of things that have to happen here, right? So we have to obviously have to make sure the username and password you passed are like there. We have to then make sure that you have permission to log in a couple of different ways. So it's not just that you have a username and password, because you could have a username and password but not have access to this particular workspace. So I have to check that you have access in via the slug. So if you have access to the slug, then I can log you in. And then I have to also get your role, so that way I can make sure that I'm only showing you the right things on that screen. So let's look at Table Plus real quick again, just to make sure that I'm thinking of this correctly. Where's it showing? Oops. Homestead. Rebase, let's go to this database. So, okay, so your workspace is your workspace. That's fine. So I got to check the slug, because I think I can check workspace members. Yeah. So here's where this is like important. So I have to check if you're authorized first to log in. Then if we have a username and password that's valid for I guess even just this customer, then I check the workspace. And then I say, okay, can this user actually enter this workspace? Like, does the workspace ID and the if I do a member lookup, can I find them here? Are they supposed to be here? And if the answer is yes, then you go in. Or I guess do that all in one shot. Probably better if I just do that all in one shot. So I grab the member workspace with the pivot table and all that information, in one go. Okay. So that's what I guess we'll do. All right, so process login. Let's create the login request actually first. Login request. So we need your email, which is going to have a couple things in there, and then your password, which is required. Required email, and what else do we want to do on that? I can't remember all the. That might be it. I just want to make sure that's required and there's an email for this. Yeah, that's fine. Login. Process login. Okay, so let's change this to login request. You're not doing that. You're not even going to return a response. I don't know what you're going to return yet. So yeah, so we have that. All right, so now we know we have a valid user that came in, or we have all the data we need to check on what's going on with this user. That's the first step. Now I can just check. So workspace, is this a workspace check or a member check? Or member on workspace? It's both really, because they both have. You look at the workspace. Yeah, workspace has many members with pivot for the role table. And I think it's the same thing for the, better be, members belongs to many with timestamps, yeah. I'm going to change this to with. Yeah, I want the same thing, really. With pivot role. So this will make sure that I can grab the workspaces for the user. Okay, so yeah, I think it's probably better to do it from the user's perspective as opposed to the workspace's perspective. I'm not sure. I guess I don't think it matters. Member repository. I need to query this. I need to say get user. I'm gonna call it verify user. Verify user. Sure, verify user for right now. That works. Request get email. Request get password. So we're passing in the username and password, and we're just saying, okay, we're going to verify this user and do something based on that information. So member is equal to the first pass. So we may change this a couple of times. Okay, verify user. Then we go back into the member repository. Member, eloquent member repository. Verify user. Bring email. Bring password. Okay, so here we're going to say return. Let's get the. Actually, I think I'm going to do it all in one go. Verify user for workspace. Let's try it like this. Let's see. I think this just makes. Ooh, what did I do? User for workspace. Okay. So what that means is we have to pass in the email, the password, and request get slug. Now, if you're wondering where I'm getting the slug from, connect to workspace. Just because I'm not setting that anywhere, you're not seeing me pass that around. The function, the class that does all the, like, this is a middleware class that I have that does all the connections to the correct workspace databases. What I have in here is a merge to the request that takes the workspace ID, the customer ID, the slug, and the URL that exists basically. So once we've validated that this customer, this is the right slug, we have control over this, we can do everything with it that we need to do, we can find the data. This is where we then say, okay, like if they have a host, if they're using a domain versus if they're using a just the slug. But we basically just say, okay, let's get all the correct information off this user. So we get the slug. So I just pass in basically the request every request into the site always has the slug, it always has the workspace ID, it always has the customer. And if they're using a custom domain, it also has their custom domain name on it. But custom domain names I kind of think of like as like vanity URLs for them. So I don't really do anything other than just pass that around. Like I can't trust that information necessarily, because tomorrow they could be like, today they can have one URL and then tomorrow they can change it to be something else. But the slug underlying the whole thing shouldn't change. So look up, we grab the slug. So, okay, so that's why I always have access. That's why I can just say request get slug, because it's just there. It's always existing for me. All right, so we have that. So yeah, let's pass in the slug here. Eloquent member repository. Yeah. And string slug. Now I could do, I think the same thing I basically do this somewhere already. Something similar. Where was that? Workspace? Yeah. See, so I can do this where pivot to get so this model well, I'm on the user model at this point in time, right? Yeah, so I'm saying this model, I don't think I want where members yet. Put that down there. Where email, where password is hash make password. That's not the way to check the password. Hold on. I think that'll work. Laravel. There's a better way of checking auth. Ecosystem, all this. Oh, this has gotten a lot bigger than before. Just authentication. Let's see. Auth check. Okay, yeah. So this will determine if there's already. Well, that determines if the user's logged in. This is kind of custom stuff, so I don't think I can use that. Attempt. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, see, this will work here too. I think that's all. I believe that's all auth attempt is actually trying to do here under the hood. It's just taking this. It's gonna the values in the database table. So, an example. yada email column. We'll look at that password. Not hash the password specified in the password value, since the framework will automatically hash the value before comparing it to the hashed password in the database. The two passwords match. The authentication session will be started for the user. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so I don't think I need this. Let's just work on this for right now, and then we'll go from here. We'll see what happens. So model where email, where password. It's because of this, I think. Yeah, and then I'll have to do workspaces. Oh, this is a somewhat well, it's not really tricky. It's tricky in terms of like what are the words for eloquent to do this right? Because what I need to do is I now need to, all right, so I can get that's the user, so we can check if that. So I have the user. Now I need to want to like check that they have that they're. I think I could just do that on like where pivot. Where pivot. Oh, I gotta have to look that up. Using that. Okay, so running a user role. So with pivot's gonna pull in the data. I don't need that. Where pivot. Filtering relationships via intermediate table columns. Basically what I want to say is here, and maybe I can't do this in one go. Make sure the user, you have a username and password? Yes. Okay, now is the user model in the, like, does the user have access to the thing? I think this might be 2 steps. Because I can't think of how to do this with the pivot table, where it's like where pivot in, and then you're trying to say like where pivot workspace ID and model ID, where user, what is that exactly? Because yeah, you're trying to say like where, if I were to just like in pseudo code kind of, I would say like what, where, or let's pretend they're all part of the same thing for a moment. I would be saying what here? I'd say where workspace ID is equal to some sort of workspace ID, and where, I don't know, that's all. Because you're saying find the email, find the password, and where the workspace ID is this. Okay, so, well, I have the slug, and I already said I have the workspace ID. So maybe I don't need the slug. Maybe I just need the workspace ID. Now can I do where pivot? First. That might do it. It may not. but it's a good first pass. I think this is the only part that's got, like, I know this part, email and password, will check and work correctly, but this is the one where I'm like, I don't know. Fuck it, let's try it. Let's pass this workspace ID. So let's do that, and then I legit don't remember. Okay, I think it's password 123. I may fail just because I don't have the right information. We broke the form. Okay, form is undefined. Yarn watch. Hold on, what'd I do? Yarn watch. Form cause code submit prevent. Oh wait, submit. Form is not defined. I don't think it means that form. I think it means no, I don't think maybe it doesn't like the, I don't know. I'm grasping at straws. Let's try this. Just because I don't have an action? That might be it, honestly. Submit.prevent. Submit, yeah, hit save, refresh, go back. Right. VM.form. Why is it not liking VM.form? Wait, where am I doing this? Where in data email is not defined? What? What? Oh, doy. That might be the whole thing. Yes, okay. Don't save. I don't say. I don't even know if that's the unknown column pivot in where. Okay. So where did I do wrong there? I don't think I have to say. Maybe I do. Well, we'll go back to that. Where pivot? Maybe I have to say workspaces. Where pivot? You. Like, what are you doing? Maybe I just take that whole thing and put it up here. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm doing is wrong. So what am I doing wrong? Bet you I can do, can I do this? Member.email. Members.email. I don't want to do this, but let's members.password with pivot workspace. I'm just curious. Yeah, I was like, no, screw you. Okay, so unknown column members.email. All right, so that's basically the same error. Unknown column email in where clause workspaces. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like, it should be down here, but I just don't think this is. Just for giggles. User equals. User workspace first. Let's just see what. That might do. I don't know if I want to do it this way, but. Builder workspaces. It's not liking the belongs to many workspaces. So yeah, What did I? All right, let's go look at the. It works. Okay, so in this case, yeah, I think I'm definitely not doing this right. Here I'm doing it right, because in this case, what I'm saying is, hey, we have the workspaces, we have the workspace. Let's grab all the members from it, where pivot role is members owner. Okay. So in this case, this is saying, give me all of them. Give me all the members that happen to have this role. And that's just looking at the pivot table. Okay. Here, no. Here I'm now saying, give me a user. Or here I was trying to say, find a user with this email, with this password, and then do this other thing. Well, actually, I didn't even finish this out, so that might have been part of it. So this might have to be 2 steps. I don't know. I don't know if it has to be. No. Well, 60% of the problem here could just be that I have no idea what the hell my password is, because I don't know what I made it. Oh boy, that might be a problem. Let's go back over here. I don't even have a password. Well, that right there is half your issue. I was so worried about the verification crap that I forgot the, all right, so. Okay, so let's do this, because I was playing around with that user stuff before. So I'm going to go back, and so db explode. Let's just get rid of our database. Kill that out. Now I'll go back over here, and because that won't exist anymore, go back here. register. Workspace is, just do my name. Just so that way I remember everything. Yes. Street, road. We're gonna pay. And I'll check. Oh, I should turn on Horizon. Let that run. Creating a new customer. Okay, processed the customer correctly. Now let's go back over to Mailtrap. Yes. Now we're on the login. Still no, but I know everything's correct. All right, so now I should have a user. Workspaces, that exists. It's verified. Tokens are gone. Members, email address, got a password. Cool. All right, so all that stuff worked. Yay. Now users coming back null here, which I think probably makes sense because I'm probably doing something wrong with the hash word passing here. Probably like hash verify or something. I can't remember. Check, that's the one. Hash check plain text, and then the yeah, okay. So that's the thing I'm missing here. Okay. So we grab the user first. And I'm gonna definitely clean this up, but for now, it's just we'll grab the user, hash check password, user password, if hash check password, there we go. So now we have that. Now we can say user. I think this is now where we can say in here, user workspaces. Here, yeah, I think this will work. Got a workspace. Should we have a workspace? No. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Crap. What do I want here? What am I trying? Okay, so we got a user, right? Die dump user. Look at Mr. User for a minute here. All right, so we got a member. Good. So everything validates. So the passwords match because I entered the right password. Okay, good. I don't want to eager load all of the do I want to eager load the password with the workspaces? I guess I'm trying to envision a case where somebody like I guess I could ear load the workspaces here. Right? I could say what happens if I just say that? I mean, it's only going to be the one space. I can't write. Where workspace? So this is a list of all the workspaces that the user is actually able to, like that they're, yeah, this is the user's workspace. So this is where the user is attached to. Okay, so that's going to be fine. So then what I'm going to be able to do here now is say, oh, hey, it's not even really a, it's like a collection filter more than anything, I think, right? It's not, I don't have to filter. Could just say, I think, no, user workspaces each, no, where workspace ID, workspace ID. Get first, I can do, maybe I can do, I don't think a first exists on here. Let's just let's return that. This is an eloquent collection, so an eloquent database collection. So there is some sort of like where thing on here. I just don't remember what it is exactly. Let's go return blank. Okay, right, that's nothing. Okay, so let's look up the eloquent collections. I gotta create a shortcut for this. Eloquent collection. Firstware. Flat map, flatten. Nope. Oh yeah, firstware. That would probably be it, right? Firstware name. Okay, so workspace ID. Or yeah, it's a workspace, so it's just the ID. So I was able to get one. So okay, I don't even need to get it. I just need to check if like it's more of like an is. Does this exist in here? Exists. Is there an exists? Has. That may do it. That may be all I need. The has method in terms of given key, given key, account ID, has product. Nope, I would say product amount. No, that's not what I want. That's just determining if a key exists, which is not what I want. I want to know if a value in a key exists. So fine. Key by key last. Let me see. Some zip wrap, where null, where not null. Yeah, it's like a contains contains desk. Collection given contains a given item. Contains strict. No. What function do I want to basically just be able to say like, hey, I wonder, oh, I could probably just chain these two, right? I could probably just do first where and then count. Let's see what count by does real quick. Select. And count by all. That doesn't. Returns a value. No, that's not what I want. There's potentially a better way, but I can at some point. But I can for right now just say I think count. I mean, it would either return null. Yeah, this should be fine. Assuming you can change. Yeah, 1. Okay. So if I didn't exist in there and I did that, now it should return 0. Shouldn't even, yeah. Password of a non-object. So actually it should have failed there. Yeah, so it should have failed here, which is fine. So I can just make that a first or fail. And now if I do this again, it should just, yeah, give me a forward, which is better. Okay, so I think that makes sense. So, okay, so what we're doing here now is we're saying, here, I want to clean this up better than this, but for right now we're just saying get the user when check if an email address exists. Email address exists. Then we're going to check the password. So find a user, find the password, check the password. If that exists, we're going to check for the workspace ID in the workspaces that this user has. If we can find that, then we can log them in. So this is where we then say, okay, you're now, like, this is where we can do like the session start. However, it has been a long time today, so I am gonna stop recording right now because, well, I drank a bottle of water and I gotta pee. That's really one of the main reasons. This has been fun. Hopefully this was fun for all of you who've watched this. Hopefully everything here is kind of making sense. And yeah, if there's any questions or anything, leave a comment. Let me know. I'll see what I can do about answering them. And if there's any other, so yeah, that's, I guess that's it. Just, like and subscribe and do all of that stuff. And I think probably not going to do this again until Monday or Tuesday, really. But I may play around with this a little bit more to see if there's anything. I'll probably do some research just to double check that everything is good there. But I think we're done with the activation token stuff. And we're work in progress on the login, log out. And then that should be pretty good. So then I'll probably just, I'll clean all this stuff up and push this code out sometime over the weekend. And that will be that. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. And have a good one.